Welcome back. Let's read this.
Wallis Island. For the chiefdom in Wallis and Futuna, see Uvia, Wallis and Futuna. For the island and municipality in New Caledonia, see Uvia Island and Uvia. For the languages, see East Uvian and West Uvian. Not to be confused with Wallis Island, New South Wales. Wallis, Wallisian, Uvia, is a Polynesian atoll/island in the Pacific Ocean belonging to the French Overseas Collectivity, Collectivité d'Outre-mer, or COM, of Wallis and Futuna. It lies north of Tonga, northeast of Fiji, east-northeast of the Hon Islands, east of Fiji's Rotuma, southeast of Tuvalu, southwest of Tokelau and west of Samoa. Its area is almost 100 kilometers, 39 square mi, with 8,333 people. Its capital is Matautu. Roman Catholicism is the predominant religion. Its highest point is Mount Lulu Fakahega, 131 m, 430 feet. Wallis is of volcanic origin with fertile soil and some remaining lakes. Rainfall is plentiful. It was part of the Tongan Maritime Empire from around the 13th to 16th century. By that time the influence of the Tu'e Tonga had declined so much that Uvia became important in itself. The big fortress of Talietumu close to Lotola Haianwa was the last holdout of the Tongans until they were defeated. The island was renamed Wallis after a Cornish navigator, Captain Samuel Wallis, who saw it while sailing aboard HMS Dolphin on the 16th of August, 1767. On the 5th of April, 1842, the authorities of Wallis Island requested protection by France with a protectorate treaty signed in April, 1887. After a referendum in 1959, Wallis became a French overseas territory in 1961. Geography, edit. Map of the Wallis Islands. The island has an area of 77.5 kilometers, 29.9 square mi, and a circumference of 50 kilometers, 31 mi. Its highest point is Mount Lulu Fakahega, which rises 131 m, 430 feet. There are also a few large lakes such as Lake Lalalalo. These crater lakes attest to the island's volcanic origin. Some of the lakes, such as Lalalalo and Lanutavak, appear as almost perfect circles with straight vertical walls. Wallis Island is located 240 kilometers, 150 mi, northeast of Futuna and Alofi Islands, which form the Hon archipelago. Together with some 15 smaller islands surrounding it, on its huge barrier reef, it forms the Wallis archipelago. Wallis has a fertile volcanic soil and sufficient rainfall to allow subsistence farming. Wallis is subdivided into 3 districts, north to south. 1 Hiefo, 5 villages, Vailala, Tupu, Vaitupu, Mali, and Alil. 2 Hahake, 6 villages, Laiku, aka Matautu, Ao, Thalalu, and Harafwasia. 3 Niue, 10 villages, Mavigahau, Tepa, Gahai, Haratofo, Malaifou, Kolapo, Halalo, Uchufwa, Vaimalau, and Tisai. District, meaning, capital area. Kilometer, population. 2003 census, villages. Hiefo, west, Vaitupu 23.4 2,422.5. Hahake, east, Matautu 27.8 3,956. Niue, first, Malaifou 26.3 3,699.10. Uvia, Wallis, Chiefdom Matautu 77.5 10,071.21. Formerly called Nwu. Subequatorial oceanic trade winds make the island hot and humid. The average temperature is around 26 degrees Celsius, 79 degrees Fahrenheit, all year round and almost never drops below 24 degrees Celsius, 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and in the rainy season is held in the 28-32 degrees C, 82-90 degree F range. Rainfall is 2,503,000 mm, 98,118 in, per year, up to 4,000 mm, 160 in Wallis and Futuna. This rain is likely at least 260 days in a year, and the humidity is 80%. The rainy season lasts from November to April. The same period, November to March, the season of storms, is associated with the passage over the territory of the islands of powerful tropical cyclones. It is followed, in May to October-December, by a cooler and drier season because of the predominance in this period of the southeast trade winds. Climate, edit. Climate data of Wallis Island, edit. Wallis, Hereford District, has a tropical rainforest climate, Köppen climate classification F. The average annual temperature in Hereford is 27.6 degrees Celsius, 81.7 degrees Fahrenheit. The average annual rainfall is 3,278.7 millimeters, 129.08 in, with January as the wettest month. The temperatures are highest on average in April, at around 28.0 degrees Celsius, 82.4 degrees Fahrenheit, and lowest in July, at around 27.0 degrees Celsius, 80.6 degrees Fahrenheit. The highest temperature ever recorded in Hereford was 33.4 degrees Celsius, 92.1 degrees Fahrenheit, on the 29th of April, 2004. The coldest temperature ever recorded was 18.0 degrees Celsius, 64.4 degrees Fahrenheit, on the 14th of July, 2014. Climate data for Hereford, Wallis, 1991-2020 averages, extremes 1971 present. Month Jan, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, Sep, October, November, December year. Record high degree C, degree F, 33.0. 91.4, 33.0. 91.4, 32.8. 91.0, 33.4. 92.1, 32.8. 91.0, 32.1. 89.8, 31.4. 88.5, 31.5. 88.7, 32.0. 89.6, 31.9. 89.4, 33.1. 91.6, 32.7. 90.9, 33.4. 92.1. Mean daily maximum degree C, degree F, 30.7. 87.3, 30.8. 87.4, 30.9. 87.6, 30.8. 87.4, 30.4. 86.7, 29.8. 85.6, 29.4. 84.9, 29.6. 85.3, 29.9. 85.8, 30.1. 86.2, 30.5. 86.9, 30.7. 87.3, 30.3. 86.5. Daily mean degree C, degree F, 27.9. 82.2, 27.9. 82.2, 27.9. 82.2, 28.0. 82.4, 27.7. 81.9, 27.5. 81.5, 27.0. 80.6, 27.1. 80.8, 27.3. 81.1, 27.4. 81.3, 27.6. 81.7, 27.9. 82.2, 27.6. 81.7. Mean daily minimum degree C, degree F, 25.0. 77.0, 25.0. 77.0, 25.0. 77.0, 25.1. 77.2, 25.0. 77.0, 25.1. 77.2, 24.6. 76.3, 24.6. 76.3, 24.8. 76.6, 24.7. 76.5, 24.8. 76.6, 25.0. 77.0, 24.9. 76.8. Record low degree C, degree F, 19.9. 67.8, 20.5. 68.9, 19.6. 67.3, 19.3. 66.7, 18.5. 65.3, 19.7. 67.5, 18.0. 64.4, 18.4. 65.1, 19.2. 66.6, 19.5. 67.1, 20.5. 68.9, 19.5. 67.1, 18.0. 64.4. Average precipitation millimeter, inches, 395.2. 15.56, 332.1. 13.07, 309.3. 12.18, 289.1. 11.38, 223.8. 8.81, 179.7. 7.07, 213.4. 8.40, 165.3. 6.51, 219.8. 8.65, 297.8. 11.72, 306.2. 12.06, 347.0. 13.66, 3278.7. 129.08. Average precipitation days, greater than or equal to 1.0 millimeters. 20.2, 18.1, 19.3, 17.4, 16.7, 14.8, 15.6, 14.5, 15.4, 17.7, 18.0, 19.9, 207.6. Mean monthly sunshine hours 170.9, 161.4, 175.4, 185.9, 180.8, 167.9, 179.8, 192.5, 191.0, 187.4, 181.6, 175.2, 2149.9. Source: Meteo France. Climate crisis, edit. Whilst Wallis is high enough to be in no danger of complete submersion due to the rising sea levels, most of the population lives in coastal settlements which will be affected. History, edit. Archaeological excavations have identified sites on Wallis dating from circa 1400 AD. It was part of the Tongan Maritime Empire from around the 13th to 16th century. By that time the influence of the Tuatha Tonga had declined so much that Uvea became important in itself. Several current, high-ranking Tongan titles, like Halivalu, trace their descent from Uvea. A legendary large canoe, the Lamaipio, was built on the island as a donation to the Tuatha Tonga. The big fortress of Talietumu close to Lotola Hāinua was the last holdout of the Tongans until they were defeated. The ruins of the place are still a tourist attraction. The island was renamed Wallis after a Cornish navigator, Captain Samuel Wallis, who saw it while sailing aboard HMS Dolphin on the 16th of August, 1767, following his discovery of Tahiti. In 1835, Uvea was attacked by a party of armed missionaries from Tonga, who attempted to convert the island to Protestantism by force. In October 1837, Jean-Baptiste Pompalia visited, and after negotiations with Lavallure, left a priest and a brother behind, ostensibly to learn the language and establish friendly relations. 4 years later they reported that Wallis was a Catholic community. On the 5th of April, 1842, the authorities of Wallis Island requested protection by France. A protectorate treaty was signed in April 1887. During World War II the island's administration was pro-Vichy until a Free French corvette from New Caledonia deposed the regime on the 26th of May 1942. Units of the U.S. Marine Corps landed on Wallis on the 29th of May 1942. After a referendum in 1959, Wallis became a French overseas territory in 1961. Demographics, edit. The population of the island was 8,333 in 2018, 72% of the territory's population. Most of the inhabitants speak Uvean, or Wallisian, as their mother tongue. Culture and religion, edit. This section does not cite any sources. Please help improve this section by adding citations to reliable sources. Unsourced material may be challenged and removed. April 2022. Learn how and when to remove this template message. Religion, Lotu, and culture, Aga Ifenua, are very close in Wallis. Everyday life is heavily influenced by Polynesian traditions and especially by the Roman Catholic feasts. Each village has its own patron saint. Each district has its great church. The chief cathedral is the Cathedral of Mata Uchu. Almost all the people are Roman Catholic, Lotu Catholica, and there are numerous religious buildings on the island. At their arrival, Catholic missionaries were welcomed by the King Vainwa Lavallure, then Baptist Son Patata Vainwa. Bishop Batalan developed close relationships with the royal families. As private counsellor of Queen Amelia, he established in 1847 the Llano Seminary, the first Catholic seminary of Oceania. Llano celebrated 150 years in 1997. The anniversary was attended by Samoan Cardinal Pio Dauphine, who studied there in the 1940s, and a big delegation from Tonga, Samoa, Fiji and New Caledonia. Wallis and Futuna was established as an apostolic vicariate on the 11th of November, 1935 and promoted to a diocese on the 21st of June, 1966. Transportation, edit. The only commercial flights to Wallis are operated by the New Caledonia-based Air Calin. There is an Air Calin office in Matayuchu in Hawaii. Education, edit. The island has 12 primary schools, 4 junior high schools, and 1 senior high school /6th form college. 1 junior high schools, colleges, in Wallis, Matautamada Mali, Alafave Idalano, Vainalana de Lavigehau, and Taimuada Tisai. 2 The senior high school /6th form college is Licee Dietat de Wallis at Futuna on Wallis. Museums, edit. Uvia Museum Association is a private museum in Matayuchu which records the history of the Second World War on the island. Notable people, edit. 1 Ileshan Lauvia, politician in New Caledonia. See also, edit. 1 Hiafo Airport. 2 Samoa Hotspot. Reference,